Hello, hello, hello. It's Joe Delaney. If you know anything, you know I'm very, very new. Welcome in, welcome in. Hey, Derek. I hope you're doing good. Thank you for watching. I know it's a little earlier at least, right? I thought I'd do this tonight. I wanted to start a little series, and so I'm literally getting my feet wet. I'm learning. This is the first time I use StreamYard by myself. So, can you hear me well, Derek? Yeah. Can you hear me good? You can see me? No, you can't see me. Here I am. Hey, Vanessa. Can you guys, I need to know if you guys can hear me and see me well. Yes. Okay. I don't know how to use this background thing yet. I'm just using the default that it has right now so I can just get my feet wet. I literally wanted to come in here um, and try this thing. I literally had one earlier today. I really didn't expect or intend to do it. I was literally trying to set something like this up for later. Oh, okay, good. Okay, thank you. I was trying to set something up for later. And so I was messing with it, but it was on YouTube Live, right? And so I was messing with it, and then I got out and I went and I started creating my thumbnail. And then all of a sudden I get a ping on Instagram, and it was somebody telling me it was Lisa J Stocks. And she says, "I'm waiting for you at the live. Are you live? It says you're live." And I'm like, "Huh?" Well, so I just went ahead and got in, and but hey, Wellness Frugal Mama. Hello. Hey, Derek. She's from Dallas. She's in Dallas too, and Vanessa. They're all from Dallas, but they don't live in Dallas right now. But they're from Dallas. Frugal Mama. But yeah, so I literally just came in because Lisa J. Stocks told me, and I said, "Well, let me go ahead and try it," right? But um, it was YouTube Live. Hey, Kevin. Welcome in, welcome in. Thank you for being here. And so I really wasn't expecting to come in. Hey, E, thank you for being here. I don't know. I they said my audio and my visual was good, so but I don't know how to do this background thing. I was trying to mess with it before I started. Anyway, so earlier I went ahead because I was playing with YouTube Live and I couldn't figure it out. And because I have a green screen now, I wanted to make sure and put something up. Look, anyway, I know whenever I do the green screen or put on there that I have green screen, it kind of messes up with my lighting, so I have to fix the lighting for it. And so I was playing with it a little bit uh before I started, but I just gave up. I said, look, we're just gonna go with this. I think it looks decent. I won't move too much. But yeah, so I wanted to just start. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna go ahead and I'm creating something that I'm gonna be using. Welcome in. Thank you for everybody for stopping by. I I'm really I know whether this is your first time here or you've been here before. If you're watching this on a replay, I thought about doing I'm revamping my page. I'm gonna do an actual unveiling, I guess, but I wanted to share with everyone little by little. Um, I put out a poll a while back, and the the one that I liked the most won, and it was Thrive and Glow with Joe. And so I'm going to go ahead and change, but I don't want to just change it because then I'm going to be in chats and everybody's going to be like, who's that? Whatever, whatever. So I just wanted to put it out there little by little so people are familiarized with my new name, or as my new name will be. Um, and so that's why I'm going to do some weekly talks and a little series to just kind of introduce myself, reintroduce myself. I only started in May, and I haven't really shared everything about myself and about my journey. And I want to do that because I realize one thing I realized, and I had to realize, is not everybody sees all my videos, right? I mean, this is YouTube. So not everybody's going to see all my videos. So I can't expect everybody to know everything about me just because I've shared it before, right? Or because I did an interview with somebody and they, I put it out there. I want to, I decided that I want to reintroduce myself. I want to continue to reintroduce myself so people know more about me and know why I'm out here, what my purpose is for being out here. I, my why, right? It's my why that keeps me going. It's my why that gives me the reason to keep going every day. And I'm glad that I know my why. I laugh and I smile because I was literally in a conference call today, and that's what they were talking about. They were asking, like, do you know your why? And not everybody does. I realize that, right? Not everybody does. Not everybody knows their why. But I think once you get it, it gives you the reason to keep trying, right? Keep trying, keep going. Um, just it makes you want to continue every day. So anyway, my name is Joe. Okay. For everyone or anyone that hasn't been here a while. My name is Joe. I created this channel. Originally, I got on YouTube, and this is God's honest truth. I got I never used to, one of my bestest friends, who I call my brother. He says, ever since I was in Dallas, I used to always be on YouTube, and he used to see pages or channels that I now go and watch. And I I was never on YouTube, y'all. Um, my son actually is the one who started helping me. When I started getting on YouTube at the beginning of the year, I got on literally to support my bestie, and I found out he was on YouTube and he was on panels and talking and doing what he does best because he's a very much a public speaker and has been since very young. I've seen videos of him, but I was like, hey, I'm always I'm a supporter. I'm a supporter. I am a servant by heart. I truly am. Um, So I got on at the beginning of the year, and it was pretty interesting. Pretty interesting to say the least. Hey Urban, thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I truly appreciate it. So I got on at the beginning of the year literally just to support my bestie, and it was really interesting just meeting new um people via social media, right? Meeting new people, getting to know different characters, different personalities. It was very interesting. So, but I honestly I have had um something that I've always called my ministry. I literally have had uh an Instagram page, and that I always called my ministry. I literally used it as a, I guess, more of a motivation for me. I used it to keep myself accountable, because I was going through so much of a journey in my own personal life that basically it sounds cliche, but if I didn't do it, I didn't post it. So if I was going to do what I said I was going to do, I was going to post it. And that's how I used it as an accountability tool. So that was my Instagram. And I pretty much built, I mean, I think, I don't know how far back I started my Instagram, and I have a pretty big following on Instagram. And it was something that I called my ministry because people would reach out to me simply trying to keep myself accountable in everything that I was doing in my life and doing in my journey. And people would reach out to me and ask me, ask me questions, or ask me to, you know, just to help them out, or they wanted to talk, and they wanted, I mean, literally, and I'm talking about not these crazies, right? I mean, it was nothing that I didn't know them, right? But I literally, one time, it was 4 a.m. in the morning, and I used to get up at this hour to go work out, and I was on the treadmill. Well, I was on my way to go work out, and I had someone in the UK reach out to me who followed me, right? And so I had correspondence with her before in the DMs in Instagram, and she reached out to me, and she was really not feeling well. And I don't want to, I don't want it to trigger thing. I mean, she was on the verge of a very deep depression, right? And and she's like, she reached out literally to ask me for prayer. And and she didn't go into detail of what she was going through, but she was in a dark place and she needed prayer. And I said, "Girl, I'm getting up." And that was something that I did. Literally, I would go to the gym and I would get on the treadmill, and that's how I started my workout. So I would get on the treadmill and I would just pray, and I would sweat and cry. I mean, this was a time in my life that was necessary. Let's put it that way. And so, but that's how it was therapeutic for me, for my darkness, right? But she reached out to me at that moment and asked me for that. And I said, "I'm on my way. I got you covered. I'm on my way." And I'm the person who literally, if I tell you I'm going to pray for you, I stop and do it right then because I don't want to not do it. Right. Um, so I did. I told her I'm on it, and I was. And the good thing that came out of that is that, I mean, you're like on eggshells of what's going on or what happens later. And I just had to have faith about it, right? But I literally, that I went through that, and literally few hours later she reached out to me. She had gone to a hospital and she was doing a lot better and taking care of herself. But it all started out as a ministry for me. Um, and just in every aspect of life. I literally, when I started going through my mm, darkness in life, I literally set out for myself and I said, you know what? I want to live a positive, healthy lifestyle. And this is something, again, it might sound cliche, but it's something that I literally set out that that's what I wanted to do. And I know a lot of people have always, like, they'll say, "Oh, they put up a front." Well, that's never been me. If you go through my Instagram, I've showed the bad and the good. I show my struggle. I show everything that I've been through to get me to this place, right? Um, I never want to be just put up a facade. I've always said, and I know my besties can vouch for me. I've always said I cannot stand fake people, and that is it's true. I'm not judging anybody, but I'm not up here to be a character. I'm not up here, and that's why I think when I started out in YouTube, I was like, I don't understand this. I don't. It was just not. It was very uneasy for me. And the more I saw, and the more that my bestie was going through, I said, you know what? Why not bring my platform to YouTube? And it's a bigger platform. It's a bigger beast, to say the least. I mean, there's I've read about it. There's like 2.5 billion people across YouTube at least. And so if I can help me personally, if I can help at least one person, I think I mean, that makes me feel so good. So when people reach out to me and tell me, hey, that inspired me, or that made me get up and go, or that made me, whatever it positive it made you do, I'm here for it, because that is my purpose. That is my why. I want to shine my light. Um, I want to one day be able for my kids, my loved ones. I'm not always going to be here, but I want one day for my loved ones to see this back, and it inspire them when I'm no longer around, right? Um, there's so much I've now lost, and just to hear that voice again, I want them to be able to hear my voice. You know, I want them to, even if I'm a little under the weather and I sound a little a little stuffed up, but I want them to be able to, hear my voice. I want this to go further than just here and now. I appreciate everyone here. I really do. Even if you hear this later, even if you hear about it, at a different time, I truly appreciate anybody and everybody stopping by. Like I said, I want to start introducing my brand. I'm building my brand. I'm building ever since I decided to start my own channel. Um, I just started out not knowing what I wanted to do, but I knew I wanted to bring my ministry to YouTube. But I've been in the back, on in the back side. I mean, in the back. How do you say it? You know, I've been working. I've been working in the back stage, whatever you want to call it. I don't know how to say it. But anyway, I've been working a lot on building my brand, building, just making it into what I want it to be. And that way I can explain it better, I guess, right? Because it is something that I do want for it to last longer than just today. I want it to be something that means something, especially because I'm leading others, right? I'm leading uh, my children, or those that I know are looking up to me. Um, I didn't know that once upon a time, but I've pretty much learned that it is something, right? It's something that, hey, I am somebody, and I can do this, and I can do it on my own. That was something that I had to realize. That's what I've realized just in the last year, guys. I've realized that, man, I can do this by myself. Um, doesn't mean that I want to be by myself. It doesn't mean, Urban, don't go and think that I'm one of those feminists. I'm not. I'm not at all. But it is something that I just realized that I have to, be in a place where I realize that I'm able to do this, right? Or to do life on my own. And I have to get to a place where I was proud of myself and proud of how I I really didn't have that. I didn't have that confidence in myself. And so that's where the place I'm speaking from. Barry walking, exercise for health. Now, guys, if you have not seen his channel, he has a reason. I mean, just the name of his channel. Um, him and his wife walk. I don't know if it's every morning, Barry. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. Thank you. But they walk every morning, and it's just it's so refreshing. Just like Wellness Frugal Mama, she gets up every morning and she does. I don't know if it's 30 minutes to an hour, somewhere around there. She works out every morning. Okay, y'all. I don't know their stories, but I don't need to know their stories to get behind supporting that, right? Especially when you've gone through and you know that there is cycles in your own family that you want to break, that you want to make sure you've seen the cycles in your own family where you know if you stop moving, you will rust up and not be able to move anymore. And so that is something that is one of the things in my whole purpose for my channel that I want to inspire, that healthy lifestyle, right? That it's about wellness, it's about keep going. Um, in minority backgrounds, um, it is very, 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 very high in our 6 days a week. There you go. Very they go walking 6 days a week. And and that's the whole thing. I was saying, let me finish my thought. In minority backgrounds and cultures and families, it's very, very high rates of obesity, high rates of unhealthiness, high rates of not eating right. And those are things that you grow up with and you don't always learn. And you can't sit and be chained to those childhood what didn't happen, right? No, my sis, it's just ETV. Sis says all the time, man, if you are a certain age and you haven't started trying to heal from those traumas that you had, there's something wrong. You need to start healing from it. And if you haven't started, let's start now. Start, anything I can help to inspire you to start healing from it. Let's go. Because we've all gone through some things. We've all gone through some things in our past that you don't have to tell me about it. I don't have to tell you about mine. But we are, when I say we are stronger together, we truly are. Because that's something that we can all relate in one way or another. We don't all have to have gone through the same things to be able to relate and to help each other, just lift each other up and keep going and get better, right? That way we leave a better legacy than what we came from, whatever we came from, right? We all may have gone through different valleys, but once you get to the top, yes, you're going to go through those valleys again, or you may go through some again, right? As adults, we have more responsibility now than we had when we were young, but we have the responsibility to learn from that, right? Learn and be able to teach better than what we had. If you had a great upbringing and everyone taught you everything you needed to know for your adulthood, man, thank God. I'm here for it. I love it. I love it for you. I truly do. So continue to help others, get there also. Um, I'm not here trying to say that everyone has gone, because not everyone, right? Hey, some people could have had the best upbringing they ever had, and that's great. I'm not saying my upbringing was bad anyway. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying when I was growing up, Let me put it here. When I was growing up and I was told, Joanna, do not eat all that watermelon because it's going to make you sick. Do you think I stopped? They didn't explain why. They didn't explain what was going to happen. They didn't explain nothing. They just said, don't do it. Did she do it? Hmm. Hmm. When my grandfather said, the hot bread is coming out of the oven, gonna make you sick, so don't let it cool down. Don't eat it yet. Y'all know, have y'all ever had some warm cookies? Hot baked cookies out of the oven? Well, they always tell you don't eat them right out of the oven because it's gonna make you sick. Well, it does. Okay, it makes you sick, but that's one of those things you're gonna have to learn on your own because boy, they are good. Okay, yes. Yes, very good. So you don't, they don't explain things. That's all I'm trying to get. Those are very minute things, I understand. But it's just the point is that you're not explained why per se in a lot of cases. You're just told not to, right? And one of the things that I've found, and I really don't even set out, this is what I'm going to do, right? I don't make a plan of how I'm going to be a mother today. I didn't make a plan on it. I just went by, you know, what was what didn't work for me, right? What didn't work for me. Let me try a different approach. Let me do that. Let me try a different approach and see if it makes a difference. I've told my son this analogy. I've used it for a very long time with my son. I said, our body is like a machine. It's like a car. I really put it down to him. Our body is like a car. You got to fuel it, you got to water it, you got to move it. Because if not, it's going to rust. It's going to, there was one time that, I had an F-150 pickup truck and it had no gas in it and it was under there's the computer that was inside the fuel tank in the F-150, and there's a computer in it. And so we had left it parked in front of the house with not enough fuel to cover the computer inside the fuel tank. So it had some gas, but it didn't have enough to cover that little computer inside. So it was very little, minute amount of gas, right? And so it was parked in front of the house. Well, it hadn't been moved for a very long time. It had a little bit of gas, but after some time, it wouldn't move, and we had to get a whole new fuel tank put in it because it dried up, and that computer stopped working because it wasn't it wasn't wet. I guess to put it in layman's terms. I'm not a mechanic, but I mean, our body is very much, that's what I've always explained to him. It's very much like, and you got to feed it, right? You got to give it some good fuel. Our fuel is food, right? And you got to give it good fuel, right? If you give it that regular gas with water in it is a little watered down, it's not going to work. It's not going to be good, right? So you got to water it and you got to move it. I've seen so much. I mean, I I've witnessed people with osteoarthritis. If they don't move, they stiffen up. Those joints stiffen up, and they won't be able to move eventually. Especially when you're overweight, or especially when you're at a certain size, right? And that is a fact. And so I've always that's those are analogies that I've tried teaching my son, as far as, and as far as why do you need to keep moving, why do you need to keep your body moving, and so that's why I mention, Barry and Frugal Mama. It's just her and her husband work out all the time, it's just people that I've followed, and here and I've met on this YouTube, and that it's something that I get behind because it's one of the things in my journey that I have found that I want to inspire to do, especially because I come from a place where I wasn't healthy at all. I hope I didn't freeze up. It looks like I had. I saw somebody come in, burpees and chill. Nice to. Oh, it's Leo. Hey, Leo, I appreciate you being here. Truly, I truly do. Um, oh, it's Leo said so support. I'm not sure if it's Leo, but thank you. I appreciate you being here. I really do, honestly. Um, so those are all reasons that I have this, I wanted to come on and reintroduce myself. If you don't know this about me, I mentioned that I haven't always been healthy. I literally I have lost at this point 350 pounds. I found myself at 30 years old. Oh, it's you, Leo. Okay. That's good. Thank you for telling me. Oh, Lollapalooza. Oh, hi. I don't know how to say it. Lollapalooza. I've tried saying it several times when I see you in Leo's chat, and I'm not Lollapalooza. That's what I always say. I don't know if that's the way you say it. Sorry. Welcome in, welcome in. So, was saying, see, like these guys, they do burpees. Okay, y'all, I can't do a burpee. I have bad knees. Okay, I'm gonna stay stuck down if I could throw myself down for a burpee. I'm just letting you know. I'm just letting you know. Oh, okay, okay, I was right. So, but I started to say I have lost to this point 350 pounds. My goal is to inspire others to get their wellness, to get their health better at an earlier age than I started. Hey, but the fact of the matter that I started, that's what matters. I know. I'm not, I'm not putting myself down at all, believe me. Um, and it's not a matter of how much weight I've lost, but at 30 years old, I was very, very unhealthy, very unhealthy. Um, one of the things that, I mentioned, if you have osteoarthritis, you don't move, um, you get stiff and you can't move anymore. Um, that was I speak on that from a personal level as my father. But my father was my biggest supporter at 30 years old. That's why I mentioned at 30 years old, he would tell me, Joe, you need to do it now. You need to start getting your health together now. You need to start now because he knew the things he did wrong, right? My dad was at least he was 21 years older than me. So at that point in his life, he was already at a point where he was not moving, he was retiring from his job. Um, and in his job, he was always a heavy man, but very, very active. His morbid obesity, he never had any kind of illnesses, right? Uh, until, and this is when I'm 30, and he was letting me know, he's like, it wasn't until I was 45 that I started getting high blood pressure. It was like all of a sudden he started getting all these illnesses. Before that, he would always go, his blood pressure was good, his vitals, right? His vitals were great before 45 years old. And hey, oh, so dope. Thank you for being here. I appreciate it. I really do. Um, so before 45, I was 30 years old, but he was letting me know, hey, and it wasn't until I was 45 that I started getting high blood pressure. I started getting um what do you call it? Oh, diabetes, high cholesterol, just all those things that you would normally get if you're a heavy person. That's what they think. But at 30 years old, I found myself 500 plus pounds because at the time I really hadn't weighed myself. um, on an actual scale. So I really didn't know exactly how much I weighed, but I knew I couldn't weigh myself on a manual scale, right? That's really honestly all I knew. A manual scale went up to about 300 or 350 pounds at the time, and I couldn't weigh myself. It was way back when. Okay, guys, I'm old. Okay. So back in the day, they didn't have digital scales, and the manual scales, you couldn't weigh yourself. So I really, I would go to the doctor and they would tell me to just wing it to figure, what do you think? How much do you think you weigh? Literally. My doctor's offices didn't have a digital scale yet. And I've lost over 70 pounds in my 333 days of burpees. Let's continue the journey. Yes, Leo. Yes. And I know Oscar is right behind you. I don't know if you guys are related. I always wondered that. I know you guys work out together. It is great to see you guys just out there and continuing your journey. Today is the youngest we will ever be again. You are right. It's the truth. And it's not about age. It's not about age because I promise in my I feel better today than I did when I was 30 years old. Okay. And I really do. Um, but a lot of people put you down or try to, I'm not you may feel and be great and love yourself at the weight you are. I'm not here to judge anybody. I'm not. I'm not here to judge. I want health is in all different sizes. Okay? Health is in all different sizes. You can be healthy. Like I said, my dad was healthy, right? But when he turned 45, everything started just rolling, it just started snowballing in his health. Because you got to admit, if you are heavier, you've got you've got something, you know, hugging your heart and not allowing your heart to just pump the way it should. Okay? And so if you just move, if you just continue to move and continue to desire a healthier life and the ability to breathe better every day, you know, that's what I'm here for. That's what I'm here for. Um, and like I said, I mean, I loved myself then. I didn't have the self-esteem because I was going through so much. I didn't know why I was eating myself to that point, right? Because I was not a yo-yo dieter. That was not me. There's so many women out there will tell you, and I can relate to women. That's why I say women. Okay. There's women out there that'll tell you they always went up and down in their weight and they always tried this bad diet and this diet and that diet and that wasn't me. You guys were high school friend. Okay. Wow. Okay. That's great. I love watching him. I love he's out there and I admire him because he gets down on that burpee and I can't. I mean, but I was heavy so long in my life that I've really messed up my knees. So, but hey, I don't have to throw myself, but I can get down. Um, but there's just mm, I don't know. I don't want to go off on a tangent, so much, but I'm just here trying to inspire positivity. I'm I had to get to a point, this is what I was going to touch on. I had to get to a point when I had to realize that there was a reason behind all that madness, right? There was a reason why at 30 years old, she's over 500 pounds. I had to get her, I had, because I saw so many times, and I know anybody and others can relate. You've seen people start losing weight and they gain it all back, right? They gain it all back. But if you get to a place, and here is where the key thing is, and this is what I would inspire. When you get to a place that you want to change your life or your health, figure out why you got to that unhealthy place first. That is something. If anybody asks me, should I do this, should I do that? First, deal with the inside. And I say that because it is very, very true. It's something that I have learned. It's something that I have uh, witnessed. It's something that I have seen. It is something that it's proven. Uh, if you want to change anything in your life, figure out why you got to the place that you are at. Whatever place, right? Whatever place, figure out why you continued eating. I figured out my personal, and I'm not talking about anyone else but me. I figured out that I was eating, right, as comfort. People talk about being addicted to different things. I was addicted to food because you wouldn't have known I was going through anything. You wouldn't have known the things that I had been through in my life. You wouldn't have known. I was a great kid, right? I was I was always, if you ever find me laughing, it's just getting to know somebody. But I laugh when I'm nervous. I'll crack a joke or about myself if I'm nervous. And I hate giving away these things, because I am single. But not everybody wants to know those things anyway, so it's okay. But it's just little things that you get to know about people, and there's reasons why they do the things that they do. Not everybody wants to get deep on folks. I get it. Um, but when you do really care about somebody or care about yourself, you have to get to the core reason why you're even at a place that you're at. Um, you to change anything, to make anything um, last, any changes that you make in your life, it will. I have found it will last longer if you get to the reason why it started in the first place. Why were you going through that darkness in the first place? Or you got to heal that core, that root cause in a sense. I don't know, and that's where I got to in my life. At 30 years old, when my dad was telling me, "Hey, you need to take care of it now, Joe. You need to take care of it now. You need to start taking care of it now." It took me a while. I started, looking, okay, how can I even start, right? I mean, if I opted in going through weight loss surgery. I was I was 525 pounds at my highest recorded weight, and I opted for weight loss surgery. I would not, to this day, I would not suggest just anyone get weight loss surgery because it's only a tool. It's only something to help you get through that hump to to try to fix yourself. But you still got to realize you still got to work on you. You still got to work on the inside before the outside can surpass and last. You have to work on that root cause. You have to. Um, hey, salute, Timo. Thank you for stopping by. I appreciate it. I really do. Um, but so that's what I I that was my whole purpose in building this whole platform is just wanting to inspire a positive, healthy lifestyle, like I said. And it started out because I started a journey of losing 350 pounds. It wasn't just weight that I was losing, though. It was emotional baggage it was just emotional baggage that just I had piled up basically because of that, um, what I was going through on the inside. And it was something that had just built from literally 9 years old, and I had just continued, and it was it was a slower snowball effect than my dad's was, right? Um, some people are not like me. I get it. Everybody has a different journey, but this is mine. And but because I went through my journey, right? Hey, I appreciate you stopping by, Selena. Thank you so much for being here. Lionel Suggs, I appreciate it. Thank you. Thank you for being here. I hope you guys all subscribe if you're not subscribed to me. I'm just literally, this is just the first introduction for me. I'm revamping my channel, and I wanted to introduce my brand, introduce myself as Thrive and Glow with Joe. That's that's gonna be my I literally, my purpose is to just shine for anyone that out there that has darkness. Not to say that I don't. Let me get that straight. It's not to say that I don't go through my darkness, right? Not at all. But if I can help others while I'm helping myself, and just be more positive, healthy, and make it a lifestyle. Because see, that's the thing. I tell my son all the time, I want you to do in school, in business, in anything you do, in health, I want you to do something that you enjoy doing. You know, I had to learn in my journey, I had to learn that I had to enjoy what I was doing to be able to sustain what I was doing, right? I told my son, my son, since he was really little, he loved Legos, always. I mean, he would sit down with an instruction, an instruction manual, and something not everybody does, okay? Not everybody is able to do or capable of doing. But he would sit down at a really little young age and sit down with instructions and follow those instructions to the T and put Legos together, right? So I would tell him, now that he's gotten older, I'd tell him, hey, you like, and he breaks them up. He doesn't leave them constructed the way it came from the box, right? He doesn't leave it constructed that way. He breaks it up. He has bins, I think 4, 5 or more bins in his room of pieces of Legos. And he goes through there and reconstructs things, and he'll make it move, he'll make it go, he'll make a car out of just all these little pieces. He'll make something that actually moves, and it's like, how did you make that happen, right? And so now that he's gotten older, I tell him, hey, the way I've helped him along, I tell him, whatever you want to do, or um, study, I tell him, go buy what you like. And I reminded him, hey, you love to see how things actually move, and how they go together, or how they piece together, right? So he's literally going into mechanical engineering. That is something I've put him into camps, and he's done camps on the summers, and he went to a camp, and he learned all these little, he loved it. He created a robot car that he makes, he it's remote controlled by his laptop, and he created it. He sent me pictures as while he was putting the little wires together with it. I mean, he did. He put it together himself, and it was something that he found. I love this. So now that's what he's going towards. Like, that's how he learned that that's what he wants to do. That's what interests him, right? So anything that you do to better yourself or inspire yourself in life, I suggest go with something that you enjoy doing, because if you don't, then that's where you're going to say, I don't want to do it, and I just stop doing it, and I just don't. But if if you can do something, people say all the time, it's a 21 day or 30 day, whatever. If you can do something that you enjoy to do, then when you don't do it, you're going to miss doing it. Because we don't always have the time. I'm here. I get that. We don't always have the time. Carl Shield, I appreciate you stopping by. I really do. I honestly do. Um, we don't always have the time to do everything we want to do. Okay. And that's, we know that. We don't always have the time, but when you don't do it, just like my sis E, when you don't do it and you miss it, or you're like, man, I need to get back, because it kind of gives you that, you feel bad that you didn't do it, right? You feel bad that you're not doing it because you know it's something that you do enjoy. You enjoy doing, even if you don't enjoy getting there, but once you do it, you're going to feel better about it. And so that's why I tell people, when I first started, guys, when I was 525 pounds, I first started going to a pool. I was a bottom heavy woman, very, very heavy. I have pictures I can, I want to put together. I have pictures where I could, my movement, my legs were always very, very swollen. I had those elephant trunk legs. I just, my movement was very slow. Okay. I couldn't run. But and so it was really hard. I knew I needed to move. I chose, like I've mentioned, I chose weight loss surgery, and I went through weight loss. It was a Roux-en-Y. It was, yeah, it was a Roux-en-Y procedure. Those are different weight loss procedures. And I went through that procedure, and Lisa J. Stocks, thank you for stopping by. I just went ahead and did it. I went ahead and did it, and I know I said we tested out tonight, but I just went ahead and got on StreamYard and did it this way. Hey, friend, thank you, Francine. Thank you for stopping by. But so yeah, I was 525 pounds. I went ahead and went with weight loss surgery. I knew I needed to start moving and start doing something after that weight loss surgery, so I got in the pool. It was the easiest thing I could do at that weight. And so that's what I would do. Um, I did get with I hired a personal trainer at that time, just because I didn't know anything, y'all. I didn't know how to work out. I didn't know what to do in a gym. You can imagine I never entered a gym prior to that time. But that's how I started. I literally got in a gym that had an Olympic pool. I don't have one today, but that's okay. I just learned. It was a lot of, it was just something that I just had to learn what I liked and what I wanted to do. And but at the same time, it was not just weight loss that I was going through. I had to figure out why. Why are you using food for comfort? And that's what I was going through. I was going through a lot of emotional healing. But I'm not here to say that you have to heal first and then try to, get healthy. No, I did it together. It hasn't always been a smooth sailing at all. It hasn't always been something that I've just continued on the upward at all. No, I've had my ups and downs. I've had uh, times where, I'm going through another dark episode in my life, like COVID, right? I don't know if I'm supposed to say that word on YouTube, but during that time of quarantine, and the gyms closed up, and we couldn't go to the gym, and my life was just going through a different time. I stopped moving and I put on some pounds. I put on a lot of pounds, let's put it that way. But it was something I didn't even see. I didn't even realize, right? But I knew, because I knew what my body was going through because the pain in my legs, I've always had this osteoarthritis I've had for a very long time now. Well, since I found out, it was probably 2017 that I found out about the osteoarthritis. But it wasn't until, during quarantine that I just stopped moving that I realized, oh, the movement was really helping me. And I started, researching it better and finding out more about it and why I was getting these. It was bad. That's how I realized the things that I had been doing were actually helping me, and I didn't know. I mean, it's all been a process. It's all been a process of just learning and learning me, right? And that's what we each have to do, right? I mean, we have to, the only way to thrive in our lives is to learn ourselves the best that we can. And the, for me, for me, the more that I learn about myself, the more that I learn on how I want to continue to transition my life, I want to share it with others. I want to share it with others. Like I said, I want to be a light and help others. And it's not, I believe the best way to help each other and be stronger together is not just health. It's mind, body, and spirit. It's all together. It's all one because we can't, we can't just, like I said, you cannot continue a healthy lifestyle if you don't figure out why you keep going back to what got you unhealthy in the first place. That's not, it doesn't sustain. And if we want to continue, if we want to continue going forward and doing, just getting better every day in everything in life. I'm not just talking about health, right? In just getting better every single day in life, if we want to continue getting better every single day, then we need to have, I mean, encompass it all together. And that's what I'm about. That's what I want to inspire and I want to help do, as much as more that I grow, the more that I grow, I want to inspire someone else to grow too with me. Because like I said, I can't, I'm not on an island. I can't do it by myself. And I don't want to do it by myself. I don't. So I just, that's what I wanted to do. I wanted to reintroduce myself and introduce that my goal literally with this channel, with Thrive and Glow with Joe, it's literally to inspire and to just, no matter where we are in our journey, no matter where we are in that journey, we'll always have a down cycle. And if we can be together picking each other up, then that's where I want. That's what I want. That's what I want to inspire, to just lift you up whenever you are down, because we will go through those times, right? But if I can help you get back up again, in any way, that to share from what I've gone through, then that's what I'm here for. That's what I want to be here for. So I hope everyone. Hi, Eve. I appreciate you stopping by. I truly do. I truly, truly do. Yeah, there's a lot to my story, Lisa. If you guys have any questions or anything, I simply wanted to just start out today just by introducing myself, just introducing my, that I'll be changing my brand, and just, just kind of give a synopsis of why I want to do this, why I'm here doing this, why I even, even bother. I mean, it literally has been so much of a journey for me that it inspires me. It motivates me to help someone else. It really does. Like when I started at the beginning of the year, I started because I was here to support my bestie. And one thing about me, I'm not, I'm not in the business or in the not in the business, but I'm not in the I don't know what word to use. Like for me, it's not just about helping one person. If I can help anyone, like that thrives me. It literally does. It it I thrive in helping others. But that helps me, you know. I know some people say, no, think about yourself, think about you, and that is thinking about me. That is thinking about me. When I'm literally trying to be better, and with everything that I do, just like today, I got on earlier. Yes, weekly, Lisa. I'm gonna do a weekly at least once a week. Yes, that's it's my little personal challenge. Um, just like earlier today, I just got out here and Lisa reached out to me and says, "Hey, you're live." I was like, "Oh, I didn't intend. I was trying to set something up for tonight. That's what I was literally trying to do." And after I was playing with YouTube Live, I went to try to create my thumbnail, and I was like, she hits me up, ping, hits me up on Instagram and says, "Hey, you're live. I've been waiting for you." Oh, I, I had no idea, and I said, "Well, let me just go out there and try it. Like I have to just." I guess I just have to get my feet wet if I'm going to do it, right? Is that I don't know the saying. Um, I just have to just go out there and just keep, I have to, it makes me feel better to try to be better every day. That's what I'm trying to do. And I don't, I don't let others tell me if I'm okay or if I'm good. I'm trying to be better, right? It's me. I have to go out there and try to be better. I can't just rely on someone else telling me if I'm better. I used to, that's something that I had to heal through. I had to, um, accountability, right? I mean, I hold myself accountable by what I'm doing. Yes, Eve. Um, I've probably not I haven't gone live very often. And if I have gone live, I've gone live maybe on other people's platforms. Um, but on my platform, very, very little. I've gone live. Hi, Tracy. Thank you for being here. Thank you for getting a hold of your BFF for me earlier. Woo. She was she was having a time. And you notice I gave up on YouTube Live. I just went ahead and went with StreamYard. Oh, thank you. Thank you, Eve. I appreciate it. But so anyway, if anyone has any questions, but that's basically what I wanted to do today. I just wanted to come on here and just introduce myself introduce myself and just let you guys know that, I will be revamping my channel. I'm changing the channel name, but I want to let people know before I actually do it. I'm a big supporter. Like I said, that's what I want to do. That's what I love doing. So I'm a big supporter. So if I go into your chat or if I go into other people's chat and you see me, I want you to know it's me. I want you to know it's me. Um, and so I'm going to be putting myself out there, putting my Thrive and Glow with Joe uh, new name out there more. And at least I do have a goal to do it in January. So I'll probably give myself about a month to just go ahead and do it, change it. I don't know. I didn't want to just do it off the bat or off the cuff. I wanted to actually introduce it and I wanted to do it that way. Because I am rebranding myself. I've, logos and everything um that I've actually done and created. So I wanted to share more of that. And hi, Lindy. I appreciate you being here. Hello. Thank you so much. I'm like, oh, people are actually stopping in. And if you missed, my spill, you can watch the replay if you wish to. Just here introducing. I'm going to have a weekly, hopefully. I know it. I mean, I would love to be on more often. That's what I mean. But for now, I am challenging myself to come on live weekly. Um, I got a new device as earlier today you guys, some of you saw that I have a new device that I started trying to test out, and YouTube Live just wasn't working for me, or I didn't couldn't figure it out. But so this is what I decided to do tonight, and just come on and just give a little bit of a synopsis of what I'm about, what my channel is about, what my purpose and my reason for being out here, you know? And so that's what I wanted to share, and just let you all know that I have a lot more coming in 2025. And I just have a lot in the works that I've been working on. Um, a lot. I've just been, and see, I'm working on it, but I'm learning as I'm going. So that's why it's not something that I'm just like unveiling or anything. It's me sharing my journey, my life, in hopes that it helps somebody else. Honestly, it that is literally what I want to do. It didn't I didn't actually start my whole journey and setting myself out to change my life until I was already 30 years old. And if you can start earlier than that, it's it's so rewarding for you. It will be so much more rewarding. It's been very rewarding for me, believe me. It's been very rewarding. I don't get me wrong. I'm not putting it down at all, but I know not everybody is my age. Not every, and if you are, you can start now too. It doesn't matter, you know. But with that said, I just wanted to come on here and just let you all know that this is the reason that um, I'm rebranding and changing. And if you see things that change around here, and if you've never been here, I wanted to introduce myself to you. Um, and I hope that we can thrive and glow together. Hey, Marlene, I appreciate you being here. Thank you. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. I think my light is too much personally. That's what my personal, I don't know. I have to go watch it back. Y'all know I'm gonna be watching it. I learned that from my bestie. He always rewatches his lives, and it's like, and I've heard Ms. V say it too. You know, you watch your lives back to try to learn from yourself, or the things that you've done that you could have done better, or that you wanted to do better, right? That's I'm literally looking forward to doing that. Watching, replaying my life. But anyway, I don't know if everyone does that. I hope so. This is not just me. But anyway, I appreciate everyone, everyone, everyone. I'm so excited that you guys were here. I don't even know. I hope everyone hit the like button. If you're not subscribed to me, subscribe. I appreciate it. I really do. I truly do. I'm not used to all this, so I didn't even mention hit the like button. Um, I don't even know if I have mods. I don't know. I don't know. I probably don't, right? Because this is the first time that I use StreamYard, or does it come through? It would my moderators be from YouTube? I don't know. I think I'm gonna learn after this. I'll find out. I'll figure it out, right? You have some mods. I do have some mods. Okay. Yeah, Lisa should be a mod. Oh, okay. I see the wrench now. Take notes, make shorts, add chapters. Oh, okay. When rewatching. Okay. Y'all see Lisa's to the book. She do this, that. Please hit the thumbs up. I appreciate it. I appreciate it. I don't even, where is the thumbs up, y'all? I can't even see that. I don't even know. For real. I don't want to mess with anything because earlier, guys, I hit something. I think Tracy was in the chat and Lisa. I hit something and I just turned it off. I don't even know. I don't know how I turned it off. Y'all, I can't even tell you how I turned it off. And I was like, dude, that was 4 minutes. How did you do that? And I couldn't figure it out. I didn't know what I was doing. I know. But anyway, um, yes, I was gone, girl. I was gone. I was gone. And then I thought maybe if they could still hear me, this is me talking in the background. If y'all could still hear me, and then I see the chat going, so I hit the chat, right? I wrote in the chat. And then I went and played it back. I said, "Oh, she was gone, gone for real." I just it was T-Cat. T-Cat came in the chat and I said, "Hey T-Cat, I did that." And I don't know what I did. I really don't. I said it was T-Cat's fault. I threw up the deuces and then I did something. Oh no. I don't know. I really don't. And then I couldn't, it was so bad that I didn't want to use it again tonight. I said, oh, no, no, no. I've used StreamYard a few times, on other people's platforms. My bestie, I've watched him use it often. Um, but so I felt more comfortable. Not that I ever used it by myself. It was, I've watched bestie. You don't even know. Sometimes I've watched. I've watched. So thank you, Lisa. Yeah, we have to have another drink, by the way. On me this time. Lisa. But no, thank you for being here, everyone. I appreciate anyone that's watching. Thank you for being here. I appreciate you and just letting me share some of my journey with you. I can't wait to keep growing together and just to continue to show more of what I want to, share on here. I don't want to just be diarrhea of the mouth. And just in due time, and I want you guys to come with me, through this journey and just keep growing, just keep growing and continue to on this journey together, and 2025 is almost here, guys. Almost here. you know. So thank you so much, Lindy. I appreciate you. I really do. I appreciate you. I hope you subscribed if you're not subscribed, and I hope you hit the like button. I really do. But like I usually try to end most of my shorts and videos because that's, mostly of what I've always put out. Okay. But I mean it. I mean it, and I want you to keep pushing through with me. I really, I really do. I really believe that. Keep pushing through with me because we are stronger together. You'll hear me say that over and over. We are stronger together. I really believe it, and I want to inspire you to keep growing with me. So with that said, I just want to inspire you and continue trusting and believing. Honestly, trust and believe.